Hello and welcome everyone to Catch Up with Gemini, and I'm your host, Prince Gemini, and you're about to catch up with me, and I'm about to catch up with the smartest nigga I know. Umchita wafethu ohlanipheki nawo wonke abantu emhlabeni.
Don't trip. Don't
GCPMC.
Don't trip, nigga.
My nigga, how's it going,
bro?
Bitch, I'm good.
All good, bro. All good, bro. Humble. Thanks for having me on the podcast, bro.
Okay,
appreciate it being here to catch up with you, chopping it up for the peoples, Sanmunan, you know?
Yeah.
It's always nice, man. It's a good experience. But I'm not the smartest nigga in the world, yo. He's just passing my ball, trying to get a reaction. Not gonna happen.
At least you guys will have a chance to see any judgment after the episode. You know, this guy is very intelligent. But yeah, and he's very humble. I think ngaqala ukushama compliment amangayiqala episode. I think it's the very first time. Abanye bengabe jealous bafethu engazange ngibancome. No offense
for everything, yo.
There's a first for everything. No offense, but yeah, my dog, you're good.
Hey man, I'm good, man. You know, I gotta like really be upfront. Living in some really great times. Well, the situation we're in right now as a nation, as people, and this is abantu abamnyama specifically, we're living in really good times, like especially since kalunyaka umusha for Tina abantu
yeah.
It's a really good time. It's a good time to reflect on the year that's passed. It's a good time to look at the year that's coming. What are our plans? Like to plan for the new chapter in our life.
Yeah.
You know, just finished the winter solstice. Sangena eqaleni konyaka omusha, like bathi into asahlobo. Because like it's going to be a year which will have lots of different types of fruits.
Yeah,
bro.
But before we go any further than this, tell them about you, my dog. Like, what yini bethe abantu abakwazela yona? I know what I know him for. A lot of stuff. Asengifundise zona, but we'll get to it as isiqhubeka. But yeah, and remind me, my dog, it's the cryptocurrency stuff that I want to talk about. Yeah, that you put me on. We'll get back to that.
We'll dive in, don't stress.
Let's go on, my dog.
So basically, mina mfethu abantu abaningi bangazi njengobheka uyisemvuyane on Facebook, on TikTok. I'm originally a person othanda ukuthi angayivezi as one facet. Because I'm multifaceted. I believe I am a poet, rapper, vocalist, actor, writer, and also a person who likes to learn.
Yeah.
Well, I've been known many years before this to be a person who's very good at whipping it in the kitchen. I used to whip it in the kitchen.
And recently, Dane told me about that. I didn't know.
Yeah, bro. I used to whip it hard, dog, in the kitchen. Like, I used to whip it really seriously. Like, the Durban coastline knows me. Like, everyone who's anyone in Durban knows me. I've done some weird shit in my life, dog. But the one thing that I don't regret was whipping it in the kitchen. Because I got to whip it for the best of the best, bro. I've cooked for Clint Brink, the guy who used to play on Generations.
Oh, yes.
And backstage, big time actor. On the day of his birthday, I was cooking for the nigga.
Yeah.
And we were watching Generations at work while I'm cooking for the nigga. So it's like full circle.
Props.
I got to cook for Zagwe at some point, Unkane, K-Master. Ungizwe mchunu.
You guys are goodbye.
And even Katide Ngobe. MC Jatana. You know, like I got to cook for a lot of like really important people in my life, but it was all indirect because I didn't know I was gonna cook for those people. I was just at work, doing my thing, whipping it. I'm Nandi, banging the establishment, a pool man. Like So I forgot to pay this one man. At one point, I even cooked for Jack that in the rain.
Wow.
The guy who used to play with, I just come out with.
Yeah.
I cooked for that nigga one time.
And
then he was like, yo, Mapisa, that order you're making, yo, it's important, bro. Yo, make that order nice.
100.
Yeah, 100 pesos. Like, hey, put some extra price on that shit, you know. Don't make that shit crash. Like, who I am the better, bro. That's how okay, cool. So I used to work like so like I worked throughout in like for about 2-3 years of my life in my kitchen. It was a good experience, it helped expose me to the world, and also it taught me to be versatile, because if angizange ngifunde ukupheka mhlawumbe ngaba ngiyena lo muntu enguyena ngabe lezi zinto engiyithandayo in the art world angizithanda ngale ndlela engithanda ngayo, because working in those environments it helps you see other levels of impilo, especially if you're coming from a class dog,
like exposed to a lot of things,
like fuck on.
Yeah. So when you get into places where you see izinto abanye abantu and different things from other places, you know, you get to learn this like diverse stuff.
Exactly. And ikubona kunormal dog.
Go easy. Second nature.
Yeah, ukumele ungene nje mfethu ku shopping center. Galele restaurant, order plate la 150. Usazo order omunye umuntu plate la 150. Uphinde order ama drinks phezu kwalo, shaya bill 1.5 iphume.
Kamnandi uchile.
Ngo2 emini sekushawa 1.5 kwagoduka. Lokuje kwakuyodla uphuthi lobhontshise ebusuku kodwa kade kushawa kamnandi emini. Yebo, that's life.
Yeah.
For some people, not for an average young nigga ekhulele okushini. So seeing those things helped like overall on like why thina singaphili kanje.
Yeah, channels.
Why thina masiphumile sogcina ngoku KFC masispend 270 KFC. Yo,
shoot to sleep.
Yibo lo.
Shoot to sleep.
Post like FB shit like
5 pieces.
Yeah, hey, can't get sugar. No hate, no shade. For niggas that's balling at KFC, like we ball at KFC. I ball at KFC every day. Man time. But it's just being like real.
Yeah.
There's more to life than just going into a fast food place and coming out. There's other experiences out there.
Yeah, definitely.
So ukusebenza lapha in those places helped me see there's people living life. As much as I was going through hell in the back, just on my board, I got scars for that shit.
Plus, I know that because I you know, I also.
Yeah, I know you also whip it.
So now, I know that. I think we recently had that conversation.
Usuwasha izandla usugoduka uthi shit, I got a serious scar.
So do you feel like you were pointed towards that direction, getting under circumstances, or
no,
you liked it, or
no? Mina ngikhule ngipheka vele like.
Oh, vele.
Let me tell you how shit happened for me. So I grew up ngikhuliswa ugogo yabo. Parents lost them early in my life. Don't even want to get into that. It's too harsh for the people.
Yeah.
But it's real. It happens to everyone.
Yeah.
So alahleka abazali kusencane ngakhuliswa ugogo. Gogo did the best. She did everything she could. Like I didn't go without. There's one thing I know for sure that I can tell the world wholeheartedly. I never went without. Like Gogo made sure I had the best of the best of the best.
Yeah.
When it came to education, she took me to the schools where other parents would say, I don't have the money to send my children there. My grandmother took me to that school.
Yeah.
I got the best of the best. Yeah. All right, that's the power, Gog. You know, she gave me like the world. Wanginika i-opportunity ukuthi ngibone umhlaba ngamanye amehlo. Ukuthi I-expose to izinto engingekho eduzane nazo. And when I got to the school, I utilized the opportunities in front of me. Mangibuya esikoleni ngiyapheka endleleni. Just a normal day. Vele ugogo uzobuya emsebenzini, ukhathele kade esebenza kanzima. She can't be expected to stand on the pots again. That's because intombazane like it doesn't mean so into ugogo azafika abuye emsebenzini. Qima qala izinto kudliwa. What if ugogo uyahamba? We know. Sizolela ngesinkwa. Sinkwa suthi dog vuka ngo1 lambile like. Wasicula like. So you gotta learn how to make shit happen, yabo. So ngafunda ukupheka. Obviously the first year like I was burning shit. I was overcooking some shit. But after 2-3 years my craft like became solid but simple. Not like better, but it was simple.
Yeah.
I think I had like maybe 3,000 hours of cooking in me by then. Cause like I would cook every day, every
day,
other weekend. Cook every day.
And you enjoyed it?
I was enjoying it.
Because
honestly, the dog.
Yeah.
It's just a task. It's like who push it there.
Yeah.
It's just a task. Just gotta do the shit. Do it fast. Get done.
I think abazali bayisusela lapho lento yokuthi ingane engakhulanga in a privileged home. Ihlezi izohlakanipha.
Yeah.
And abantu bengayibuka ngokuthi mhlawumbe ukukhuluma ngokuhlakanipha kwasesigele. No, it's not really about that, but teaching you about impilo as a whole.
True, bro.
Yabo, because buka ukwazi ukupheka, omunye umuntu uthola ukuthi yena ubehlala nje kumoja. So I ukuthi akathanda ukupheka ukuvila phela, but akakazi abe
ku-situation whereby
kumele apheke, yabo,
kufanele afunde ukupheka,
kumele afunde, yabo, because I would say the same story about us elalini ngokupheka nokubhaka amakhekhe. People would say ngiyajabula ngikwazi ukubhaka, but if I had to tell you that thina kwakumele bhaka ekuseni
bese
kuyodayiswa kuyimali kiwe esikoleni,
sure,
mawungadayisanga lawo makhekhe ayikho imali kesigele,
sure, awuyiphathi kwayona uzoyidla.
Ngithi yabo thina sinedumisana esekhaya, udumisane isasiphiwe u10
sure,
ku5 rand ngesiphingo esigele, so sizokhokha 5 rand kodwa mase yangigona,
sure.
Mase sibuye sikhokha 5 rand omunye mase yangigona. So now yes, so now umuntu manje mengacabanga ukuthi abazali banithanda banifundisa ukubhaka, yes fine kukanjalo, but asifundiswanga ngaleyo ndlela ukuthi sinifundisele ukuthi kunje, no, but kwa situation ephoqa ukuthi akubhakwe, yabo, umuntu manje ubukuthi ukuseshama khekhe ayinkinga, kube ngathi yabo kano le shandi siqale kanje,
uqale lapha kwi humble beginning,
yes bekulanjiwe, yabo. So no, I feel you, my dog, I feel
yeah, dog. I mean, like for me as well, dog, like the moment ngiqeda esigela, I wanted to study, big plans for myself. I wanted to leave the province, go outside, see Cape Town, Johannesburg, whatever. But get back to reality. There's no money for that, nigga. You can start somewhere, nigga.
We're still trying to make it.
Trying to make it out here, Trying to put a roof over your head. You're trying to go to Joburg. What the fuck is wrong with you? Get back to earth, nigga. So I had to humble myself.
Yeah.
I took a course in marketing. And things were okay for a whole 3 years, but reality struck after a year. Coco was in the last year of her employment. This is on the impatient. I'm getting impatient. Coco, by bonnet, I mean, nah, this ain't gonna be it. If it's a impatient in here, like Begunzi, my value servants, how much more is a impatient in? Nah, I can't put it to that. Gotta hustle. So that November, uvali wekelan. That November, I was hustling for work.
Yeah.
You biggest band. Luckily, found a place. Was selling direct to the people, direct marketing. It's a company called GSS. It was Gert Skalk Smith Sales. GSS Marketing. So Staisa. Lamabhodlela lawa abizwa ngama-Mark Avenue.
Oh yeah.
Ufake yonke into phakathi, ufaka ama-spices ungathanda uvale uciphaze ibhathini lodwa ukudla kuphume kuvuthiwe. It was a magic cooker, we should call it the Rain A Light Oven Magic Cooker. Sibiza ngosimangaliso ngesiZulu. It would sell like hotcakes, but it was fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And I did that shit for a while. It didn't work out for me because I had no experience. But the experience on its own showed me the world once again.
Yeah.
And when it's so clever, because we didn't sell to like the low rent communities, we'd go to like upper class, like shit. It's gonna will be Dutch. Actually, I'm actually a building lab. Actually, the Mandi lab, Safala Park, Spin City, Maran Hill, Kalakwana, Porsche. Back in the day when Maran Hill
was it.
I'm not going to say Cape Flats, but Porsche. So that's good a experience. I didn't gain much from the experience, I just learned. Then that fell through because I wasn't getting anywhere. I looked for another graph because I was tired. I didn't want to sit at home.
Yeah.
I wanted to change the situation. Got this graph all the way in Mantiscom. Moved to Mantiscom, had no money. Only had $200 in my bag. Had clothes, had a sponge. I literally was a backpacking, moving ass nigga. You 20 spongy, or blanketi, nisikhwama sami esinengubo engizoyiqoka la nakhona. $200 in my pocket.
That's life.
Yes.
That's life, my dog.
The day I got the job, I went and I hustled the place to stay.
Same day.
Same day. I sold my way to a fucking place to stay. At this place where I'm staying, I'm playing literally ezadleni lelinye time walk to Bakiding. Big time mastermind, humble hustler. Yabo, hustler esebenza ka roadworks, shayela ugandaganda, kodwa ishaya ngesitolo la.
Yeah.
Khona la ehostel la behlala khona, ishaya ngesitolo la. Selling your sweets, your bread, your chips. Sometimes it doesn't have all of that. The only thing that's there is cold drink and beer. Whoa. That's the stuff.
Goes fast.
Yeah.
Easy stuff.
Yeah, easy stuff. Make look beer and cold drink. Make shit tons of money. Always has a steady flux of customers that come. They don't wanna go to the posh places. Cause Manchester is like, it's made out of both like rich niggas and not so rich.
It's a mixture of both.
So the rich niggas know they gotta go where they wanna go. They're gonna go to the country club.
And the broke ass niggas know where they gotta go.
The broke ass niggas, they gotta come to the Kidding house. And they gotta cut that beer. So this other time, I'm sitting there. Ngisebenza ngingena 11, ngiphuma 12 ebusuku. And I walk from work to the crib la ngihlala khona. And this other day sihle lapha nabafethu bayashibiza uphuma epanini abanye baphuma kophanda. Abanye bayaphanda ke like niggas will jump you for your money. Niggas will jump you for your shoes. Niggas will jump you for that shirt you got on. Take it off your back. Go to Usama vest. So I'm chilling with these niggas. And these niggas know me every day bangibona ngespanini emini. Entambama ngelinye ngangibafice lapha bakhuluma ngokuthi kade beshaya umunye uhlanga yabo. Umbama ngova ice cream bamfuqa nge-iPad. Mina I'm just selling beers at that time. Mangiqeda ukubadayisela beer. Ngimbuze lo muntu. Ngithe Prawam, forgot his name. It was a long time ago. Prawam ongitsheleke. Asithi mina usuhlangana nami ngiphuma eSpaniya. Mina uyangazi thenga mina ibeer zonke insuku. Uyangazi eSpaniya. Uhlezi ungibona zonke insuku. Wangijapa nami. Ungibambe inkonzo. In front of his niggas, what happened is like bazoshaya beer because I celebrate kade bamhlanga usnaka. So it's like uyangibuka usisho. Cha, ngikwenze lutho ntwana, ngiyakwazi. Cha, dempe. Ukuphiwa 12 fridge ngathi
buying your way.
Yeah, I'm buying my way to freedom, dog. I can walk cool in these streets, dog. I'm chilling out here. Yo, ngaphila kanjalo, dog. I would survive like that. Even if niggas tried to jump me in the streets, I would hear whistles as I would walk. I'm walking home. Other niggas this side be whistling, yo, 9 number. Other niggas like, no, don't touch the name. I was like, the Prince of the Night, dog.
Like, I'm feeling myself, dog.
Yeah, like, but at the time, I didn't even know. I was oblivious because I'm here and fuck my head setting that ring on. At the time, I was a fiend for some good ass Kendrick Lamar. Bumping swimming pools on the way home after work. They walk ahead and or just listening to swimming pools.
No, was it not far though?
It was like a 30-minute walk.
Oh shit, dog. We got to Spa and you walk 30 minutes.
I walk in the morning, I walk in the night.
Nah, but no, my window, but
I bet you like you gotta
do what you gotta do, dog.
You gotta understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I was like that one guy Spanish who people would look at like for inspiration, even if they're having a bad day. They always find me smiling and laughing and talking jokes or some shit like that. They'd always come to me like, yo, my piece of dog, man. How the fuck you keep so lightheaded in this fucking environment? Yet you go through the worst. Because my manager's like, I was the poster child for poverty. Like, what the fuck? These niggas.
You think you got it rough?
Yeah.
Wait till you hear about him. You know what he goes through?
You know what he goes through every day walking here. And I'm like, fuck this nigga. I thought he was putting me down, but it turns out he was helping my ass.
You gotta crash or some chick.
Yeah, man, and she knows your whole backstory. She knows that nigga ain't buy no more. That nigga ain't buy no bubbles, nah. Fuck that nigga.
That nigga don't got airtime to call me,
bro.
So, I ain't finna put myself in that shit.
Yeah, bro. So, it was kind of rough for a while.
Yeah.
And then there'd be some niggas that we'd be friends with who'd be just living the cool life, dog. Like, I had a friend, his name was, what the fuck was that nigga's name? I think it was Kevin Pillay, some shit like that. This nigga had a Velocity.
Yo,
it was fucking
that time.
It was fucking 19. He has a Velocity pimped out with the JBL sound.
Yo, that was tight.
That was fucking dope.
That time, if you think about the Velocity at that time,
dog, 2012
in movies, bro, it was the
shit.
It was the car that
even if you were watching South African movies, you know, if you were watching like high-tech stories was the flick.
Yeah.
It was on Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
It's cooling and my stories are second. It was like, you know, if you're riding in that, pulling up in that, I think I can drop it up and I on the page. Saying it's like, but don't you drop him so drop him but you know, it was like I was very like oblivious to all the shit, man. Even the struggles, I was oblivious to it because all I wanted to do in the back of my mind was to build for a future. Well, that went down the drain because I got in a fight at work with this Indian nigga who was stupid enough to clap me in the face.
Shit.
I had to teach him a lesson.
Nigga, I'm black. What you trying
I'm from the hood, homie.
I'm from the hood.
I'm from the hood, homie. I gotta teach you a lesson.
You ain't finna put your hands on me.
You can't put your hands on my face. You see this mud? Nigga. Took that nigga, gave him like angle lock at the jaws, like, hey nigga, what you gonna say now, nigga?
You should have put that motherfucker to sleep, dog.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. It's like, no, don't kill him. Like, nah, nigga.
And that nigga was fine.
Then I let him go. I was like, nah, I was just playing.
Then you got your ass.
Then I went back to work. A week later, get called in the office. Saying, okay, sugar baby. They're all scared of you now. Think you're a threat.
Shit.
Dangerous. It's like, fuck.
I'm not dangerous. Nigga, look at me. I'm not dangerous.
I'm the softest nigga, yeah. I got no tattoos.
Like, nigga, I'm broke.
Nah, nigga, fuck. Get out of here. You fucked up. Yeah, I lost my job. So, get back to reality. Lost my job. Last paycheck. Buy myself those cheap Nokia phones. You remember those 2700 classic?
Oh, yes.
Cheap Nokia phones with the boom ass sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought that one for myself just to say, you know, I lost my job.
Yeah, at least I got something, yeah.
Let me have a phone.
Consolation.
Yeah, consolation prize. I sat there for 3 months contemplating life, but wishing that I could go back to the life I was living at the time. Because, you know, when you have access to shit, you see the world in a different way.
Yeah.
When you don't have access, it humbles you.
Yeah, it does humble you.
Yeah. So I went and I fucking hustled again. Looked for a job. Got this old timer who's running a training center. Don't you know, those corner shop training centers where you could get a driver's license over there in that office. Get a barista certificate in that office. Get a chef certificate in that office, you know, and you know, be good, be humble servant. For real, those shit work.
Really?
Yeah, those shit work. At the time, those shit work. That's before like people were even considering going and doing a national diploma in fucking food and preparation and shit. Me, I'm a hustler. I'm from the hood. I make this shit pop. Give me a crash course. Let me learn that shit. And this time I was looking for a person they could employ, bro. It's like, nah, I need some extra hands over here. But I'm gonna do, cause to phone them and like, are we shying a lot? Okay, cool. To make them savings. But first, before making them savings, gotta learn how we work here. ngifundisa ukupheka, ngifundisa ukuweta, ngifundisa ukubarista.
You had to learn all of that so that you can fit in.
Yeah, so I could work. I need to have the skills so I could help him here.
So, where were you staying?
I was staying here. Every you better every day go to.
Was he paying you though?
Fuck no.
So it was just a training.
I was supposed to pay for the education.
Oh, okay.
So the way I was gonna pay for the education, I was gonna work there.
Pay off now the education. Makes sense. I mean, it was a
because people would pay for their education, get those certificates, go in class. I mean, I did the courses.
So anyway, you ain't gonna pay, but you're gonna work.
You're gonna work. Well, I got the courses, I got the certificates, and when I finished the first course, like the waiting course, I was like, nah, I'm not going there. I'm gonna continue and finish the rest. Continue and finish the rest. The moment I finished the preparation, the culinary arts shit, I was like, no, I got a gap for y'all. You're gonna do training over there. I'm not gonna name the establishment. They don't pay me enough to advertise them and shit. That is a really dope place. I used to work there. If you know me, you know where I used to work. Yeah. So I worked there for about 2 months doing this in-service training. You're calling a cook, dog.
Shit,
the way I get paid is I'm learning, right? The first day we get there is 9 o'clock. No, it wasn't 9 o'clock. It was actually 7 o'clock. I was filming on 7 on the first day. I was filming on 7. Got there 7 o'clock. About to go in, bust into these niggas in the kitchen, learn all the shits. And stupid old fool me, I don't ask what time is the work start time. Kabamba lo 7 also look bad. 7 zonke insuku.
Yeah. Okay, so now
Katsongena lapho past 9.
Ah shit, nigga.
Zonke insuku.
Are they telling you that nigga you too early?
Nah, no one is saying shit. Because I come there, I greet, I got my headphones on, listening to Kendrick Lamar, and I'm working. He said it was 7.
Let him work.
Let him work, he likes to work. I did my thing, bro. 2 months in, 2 weeks in in-service training you're going, because it's a crash course. It's not like you're getting taught like the full thing.
Yeah.
You learn as you work. 2 weeks before the 2 months ends, one of these niggas gaslights them, says he's coming back to work tomorrow, knowing he's got a new job, wanted to leave them stranded, like with no hope for how the kitchen was gonna work without him. And they saying the time, it's fucking 10 o'clock. This nigga ain't pulling up. Hey, this nigga ain't pulling up for real. What's going on? Boss is like, don't you have someone who could fill his spot?
And you're like,
then they were like, we know a nigga. We know a nigga. This nigga here every day at 7 o'clock. Every day, 7 o'clock.
Put him on.
Even if the time to work is 9:30, this nigga every day here at 7 o'clock. Without a doubt. Sometimes 6:30. This nigga be working so hard, you'd swear we paying this nigga. The boss is like, introduce me to that nigga, that stupid ass, crazy ass nigga. He took me to the front. I meet the body. The body is a white dude, Greek. Gives me like a 10-minute interview. He's like, yo, I hear you doing great things in my establishment. I hear you very punctual, diligent, you like your job. I hear you know most of the work we do here. I'm like, yeah, I try to learn as much as I can so that I can better myself, you know. I'm here to learn, so I might as well use the opportunity.
Yeah.
No slacking off. It's like, yeah, I like that. Keep that mentality. It'll take you far. So you see over there, that place over there, see that place, what do we do there? Like, we make pizzas there. It's like, yeah, we make pizzas there. I need you for the rest of the day today to make pizzas for me. I want to give you an hour. In an hour's time, when I get there, I need to see 4 pizzas, 4 different pizzas that are different in flavor and in texture. When I come there in an hour, you better be ready. It's like, no problem. It's like, okay.
Put your game
on. If you
on.
do that well for me, in 2 weeks, when your training ends, I might give you a job. I was like, game on, man.
Let's go.
Let's go. Went there, busted my ass up making those pizzas. Came there, was happy, everything was like, yeah, this is good. Then he walked away. I never looked back. Worked in the kitchens there. And that's how I learned pretty much how to cook. I was just learning as I go. And every time when a new person came into the place where I worked, who knew more than me, I would learn as much as I can from them. Because, you never know when you might need that skill.
Yeah. It's better to consume all the time.
Yeah, bro. Like, they say a man who learns continuously is a man who never gets old.
Yeah.
Your body might get old, You might age. But if your mind is continuously learning and consuming information, it becomes a skill that you might find tomorrow will better your existence in ways that you did not imagine.
Yeah.
I didn't know that my skill of cooking took me as far as it did, and it did in many ways. Taught me the world.
Yeah. And Yazi, speaking of that, like, it pains me all the time when I think about our, I'll be specific and say black people.
Yeah,
as black people, I feel like
our nation.
Yeah,
our nation.
I feel like we were sold an illusion that success comes in this shape and form.
True.
It should be like this, and if
it ain't
not like this,
doesn't fit in this box, then it's not success. Yeah.
Because
harsh truth.
I'll tell you something now that offends people even now. You ask umuntu ukuthi let's say nje for mhlawumbe format like outside, and you ask him what's your highest qualification, it's also metric, just metric,
That's how I do
it. There's a starter though, like ngeke asho ukuthi no metric. It's by few who are okay with that. Abanye uzofuna ukuchaza ukuthi manje khona e-college ngayo kuyona manje kodwa ngisafuna ukufunda, yabo they like apologetic and feeling, yabo bazi ukuthi kumele uqede isikele ungene university, university uthole umsebenzi. That's success for black people.
True. Very
so now if you're gonna say I'm gonna drop out because I gotta work, ngihamba ngifuna isipani ngenze kanje, people are like, nah, people would rather work for someone else and make 5,000 a month than to do something different that isn't in the dream that they were sold.
When you're watching 10K,
ends at 10K.
He's living the life.
Black people, they would rather go work for a service provider and sell SIM cards and earn 5,000 a month than to sell for themselves. I'm a fruit and make 10K. They were like, when again, there's some fruit to me. So people are just like that, and I feel like we might be speaking from a place of privilege because it's from the that's also yes. So khona abantu abahlezi beblame omunye umuntu uthi no kunje usibani.
True. Pause.
So now when you think about that, there's no progress when you're always pointing.
True. That's the reason why we learn new things. Hence, that's how we bumped into different ways to elevate and learn about different ways, different streams of income. I work a 9 to 5. I'm not ashamed to say that. I work a 9 to 5. But I got different streams of income that I'm trying to put myself in. Because a man who's only trusting one stream of income will forever live a life that is not free.
Yeah.
You're not free to do what you want if you have one stream of income. Because that one stream of income controls not only your time, but your pleasure and your pain. If you had a bad day at work, the whole house is going to feel it.
Yeah.
Because you have only one stream of income. Now, if you have multiple streams of income and you're hustling your way into different places all the time, you know that there's going to be a bad day here, but over there I'm going to reach success.
Yeah.
So you always bet your money on different horses. It's like going to the Durban July If you're smart and you've got $1 million, you're gonna put 100,000 on every one of them horses. You see? And then the one that wins, you get your paper back and you make some on the top.
Yeah.
If you're smart. But no, we believe, big city life. Oh, put the $1 million on Big City Life.
Yeah, we were
Big City Life is old. How long has Big City Life been winning? Ever since I was 13, I'm 30 years old. What the fuck? You know, he can't win forever. Even Michael Schumacher didn't drive the Ferrari forever.
Yeah.
You know? So you gotta like change shit up. Like that's why we got into like learning about different ways of earning income, like cryptocurrencies. We learned about different markets, you know, like financial markets. I mean, by trade, I'm still studying. I'm still a student.
Yeah.
I'm still studying to become a fully fledged, like, financial advisor, financial analyst, like, financial market analyst. That's what I want to do. That's my dream. Like, if ever in life I succeed in doing something, it's going to be that thing. I'm going to be a financial analyst. I'm not going to work for CNBC or FNB or Standard Bank. I'm going to have my own small Anyana firm where we're going to do a hedge fund. We're going to take our money as black people, going to put it in a pot, faku 5 rand wakho, umoya faku 10 rand wakhe, umoya faku 20, ono 50 na ufake, ono 2 clip awufake. Lelo bhodwanyana le mali makuhlangana 2 blocks awuthatha lo 2 blocks as umphakathi. By the way, mind you, not just me, as umphakathi. We leverage that money into different markets and we put that money to work for us. If we do that constantly for a period of 10 years, we would be billionaires and trillionaires. Because the sad reality is, for the black person, your rent, ishumi lakho mungena nale ndlini kini, linenhlanhla malispend 2 days ephaketheni lakho.
Yeah.
Because when uzofike ungene endlini uthola ukuthi into ethize ayikho, uthi uyabheka isitolo eseduzane sa John. uJohn wakwelinye ilizwe ongalazi, mhlawumbe waseSomalia, mhlawumbe waseMorocco. Not throwing shade, not saying these niggas aren't welcome in the community. They're providing a service. But when we done spending our money on them, where does that money go? 90%, I said this before, 90% of the money we spend as black people, we spend on spaza shops, tech shops.
Yeah.
90%. If those spaza shops and tech shops, 90% of them, or let's just say 99%, because how many black people who are born in our location, you know, who still own shops? If 99% of those places are being run by people who are foreign nationals, regardless of whether they have papers or not, if those establishments are being run by people who are foreign nationals, where is that C note going?
Yeah. Where
is
it
it staying
going?
in the community, or is it going outside the
It's
borders?
definitely going out.
It's
definite.
Because abantu abaziyo usebenzela thina bakhethe imphakathi omanye basebenzela imphakathi wabo lapho esuka khona.
Yeah.
So we gotta understand that we gotta try to broaden our view of the world and try to pull our resources together. Unity is an important thing, especially for us as black people, because we're the last people emhlabeni who have come together and united. But we're the first people emhlabeni who walked on this earth, which is a sad reality.
And futhi when you think about unity, it was shattered years ago.
Very much so.
By the Caucasian.
Yeah, the Caucasian nigga. The Caucasian nigga. That nigga smart.
Because they knew would say,
yeah.
Black people, we are so connected to nature as far as our connection is so deep that if we unite, we do magic. So now these people saw, no, we should divide these people.
Yeah, so that we could conquer them.
They created an image of betrayal in our heads so that whenever you want to do something for me, I'm like, nah, this nigga gonna betray me soon. You can't be that nice to me. Who sent you? You know? So it's gonna be hard for me to trust you wholeheartedly because I believe we would say this is not real.
True. And that's the fucked up thing about our community. You can't do a random act of kindness anymore.
You can't.
And all of a sudden be like the coolest nigga in the South. Everybody's got an ulterior motive.
They took off the chains off our heads.
Yes.
And put them
in their minds. Yes.
You know.
That's
so
true.
Now, who's gonna uncuff your head?
Hey bro, it's only up to you. It's up to you. The one thing that I learned, sad though, ngihamba eThekwini, ngiphuma eSpanini. Ngiyabona la ngiphuma emsebenzini. Usisi uhamba nezingane eziwu-2. Enye igonile, enye ina-2. Uzama ukuyibamba uphethe no-plastic la. Ngithi sisi ngicela ukunisiza ngalo umgwaqo. Cabanga bro, I'm just trying to help. She right. Ngithi sisi ngiyogibela lapha. Ngiyanibona niyalapha. Ngicela ukukusiza izingane zozishayiswa imoto. Irobot alisebenzi. Athi okay, kulungile uyabona nakhona ukuthi akafuni. Nje mhlawumbe uzophuca labo plastic bese ngiyabalela.
Kunale protective instinct
because you can't trust random niggas anymore.
So now how you going to unite with people
when people are scared of themselves?
I'll tell you a story about someone I'm afraid to say the name because
don't
so now
like everyone is watching.
But this is zinco baningi and then kukhona indawo la bathenga khona izinko bahamba mhlambe beba 20 beyothenga izinko lapho
sure
mase lo yedwa athi bafethu sithenga sonke izinko lapha soba u50 sibuye soyidayisa le lokushini ngo16 rand
sure
sisithenga thina ngo10 rand yazi ukuthi masingahlangana soba u50 la sithengwe yimina noma sithengwe wena yazi ukuthi mhlambe singasithola ngo4 rand isenko bese siyabuya sihloniselana sithenge kahle
sidayiseka kahle profit
hayi
ufuna ukufaka ushave
khona kwasinto ofuna ukuyenza sofuna ukudla imali ngathi
exactly kodwa uyabatshela ukuthi sothola discount sonke soyithola discount
and they know it's going to happen
but manje
why people do that every day umlungu mesha event isound uyazi ukuthi hayi ngizoyithola kumanje umuntu ozokhetharisha ngizobiza usibani umuntu ozoyenza even security company everything is within they know even the people are entertainers who are going to be booked
people they know
yabo so now when you think about that labantu bafike basihlukanisa thina sebahlangana they know ukuthi no yazini mabehlukene lapho ngeke benze lutho
it's funny dog
that goes kulento leyo ukuthi and another thing that most people haven't realized ngalento le this modern society with empowered women yabo this thing of woman empowerment
true
not that I'm against it but the thing is it's perpetrated in a way that is so incorrect dog
true
because now they make our women feel like we don't need men because we can do this so they break the balance of life
of nature
so now what happens is it's my hlanganisa ayihlanganisela ukuthi kube ne balance engine izinto zibe easier because modern society we need money
ihlanganisela
yona as soon as she says it she's like
I don't need that nigga no more
yabo so sekunokuthi ngisho ngakuhlonipha but ngeke ngihloniphe kangaka because I mean angidingi yabo she can do anything and say no and manje when amacheke ayibona leyo freedom and that's not freedom it's slavery dog it's slavery
because manje there's a funny thing yabo I'll tell you this is some funny shit there's a woman who's 50 years old who went to the highest of the highest colleges in the country, the biggest establishments. She got her education. She's earning her highest income. She's living her lavish life. But you know, when she goes to bed at night, she feels the coldness of the world. Because she ain't got no man.
No matter how warm that bed is.
No matter how much air conditioning she has. No matter how many electric blankets she buys. As soon as load shedding comes, it's cold in the bed, bro.
As soon as you go to the loo alone, you're gonna think.
Exactly.
You know.
Now she finds herself having 50 vibrators in her Press a draw.
You can buy 100 vibrators.
Yeah.
But that vibrator is not a man. Dog.
It won't warm you, dog.
It's not gonna hold you. It's not gonna comfort you. It's not gonna bring the masculinity.
Exactly. It's not gonna listen to her when she's coming home from work all stressed out.
And say, how are you?
How are you? Would you like a drink, baby? You know, do you wanna go out for some dinner, baby? I'm tired of you.
Because
cooking.
People have to realize that, especially women, they have to realize, even men actually, because some men also always have these bad things they have to say about women. And I say, nigga, you won't realize that how much you need a woman. We need women, dog.
Look, dog.
We need women as much as they need us.
Everything has a balance. There's some things you need to understand. As men, we are made to have space for female energy in our lives. And as females, they are made to have space for masculine energy in their lives. Once one of these energies is not available, then there's a disconnect in the balance, not at home, but in their aura. If a woman is single for too long, she becomes invisible. She can be the most dripped out, made up, flossied up with the cologne to match. But if she's single,
she's definitely invisible.
She's gonna be invisible because she feels invisible. Because there's nobody who's giving her that attention. Attention is currency. That's why you find them on the social media screens every day,
fishing for all the time.
They want those likes, bro. And when those likes don't come, they feel even more invisible.
Yeah, they're like, oh, shit.
And then
now what I gotta do?
They go the extra mile. Because, mind you, I feel sad, like, for the new generation that's growing up, like, these 2Ks, they have the worst idea on how life is supposed to be lived. They think that the way that they see things is how things are in reality. But that's not it. You might be finding Wuti, you're supposed to live without social media until maybe you're like 25 and you understand the pros and cons of social media. Everything needs to go through a SWOT analysis.
Yeah.
You need to look at the strengths, weaknesses, obstacles, and threats of every facet of your life. If you don't do a SWOT analysis of everything in your life, then bro, let's be honest, you're not gonna get very far.
And Yazi, when you talk about that, it highlights any people live like there's no tomorrow.
True.
People don't realize what you're doing now matters now.
True.
And they don't ask themselves if it's gonna matter in 10 years. Like if if you feel like wait till you're 60, my nigga.
You're gonna be having a definite.
Wait till you're 60.
You're gonna have a different mindset at that age.
And now my cherry food. Mouthpiece uti. Wait until that money doesn't matter, because that money matters now, because the car that you drive matters. The house that you live in matters. The flossy stuff matters right now, but it's not gonna matter when you are 70, dog. It's not gonna matter. And when it doesn't matter, you're gonna look for something that matters. And then that what matters when you are old is something that is priceless.
The problem now is women are looking at these Hollywood boss bitches, right? I'm not gonna name names, but these Hollywood boss bitches that be having babies, their first babies at the age of 50, their first baby at the age of 51, and they all think they can afford to do that in vitro fertilization shit.
Like
that shit is expensive as fuck. Every time you go to that experience, you're gonna have to fork out like 100,000 rands. But if it takes you 9 times before you get that
before you get it,
that's gonna be like R1,000,000.
Do you got $1 million for a kid?
You got $1 million for a kid right now. Can't even afford to buy yourself a brand new weave. Fuck that shit, bro. And now, that's the thing that we're trying to like understand as human beings. Like, what's fake, what's not? What's important, what's not? If you don't have an understanding of what's important and what's not, and what's fake, what's real, then you're definitely gonna need to do some soul searching on your own, bro.
Yeah.
Stop drinking that wine too much and maybe just meditate. Maybe take a walk on the beach barefoot. You know?
Yeah, just connect to the nature. Yeah. Do some thinking.
Yeah, for real. I mean, to like, Mina, I don't wanna lie. Like, I'm not perfect. Not the smartest nigga in the world. Some people say they will say that they think that, but it's not true. Now I've got flaws. Now I've got times when I overreact. Now I've got times when I flip out and I'll cuss a nigga out. Because I get angry. But I try by all means to carry myself in a way that shows another person that they are respected and that they are valued and their opinion matters. Until it comes a point when their opinion doesn't matter. Because they've done shit that makes me not able to trust them. Yeah. And that's the way life should be. You can't paint everyone with the same brush.
You cannot.
And also at the same time, you can't expect you from everyone.
Definitely, because we come from different backgrounds.
Exactly.
We have different personalities and characters. So you cannot expect people to be what you expect them to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, and something that I recently learned, sometimes you live life when you always try to be better for other people than trying to make people better for you.
Exactly.
You know, because you keep trying to fix people. But if you can look at yourself and fix yourself, every time if there's a situation, how big, it's okay, like how did I contribute? Yeah, but like always try to be better for other people, and in that way I feel like we'd be in a better place, but our minds better.
It takes a very big person to see themselves as the wrongdoer even in a situation when they did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
It also takes a very delusional person at the same time. You have to be delusional in your solutions.
Yeah.
The solution is delusion. Everything is God. Even if I go through some fucked up shit, God had a hand in that. So everything is good. I'll learn a lesson from that and I'll get another opportunity. When one door closes, 7 more are opening.
Yeah.
But I just gotta open my eyes and see the whole picture. Not just look and I should follow my hands and have tunnel vision on one subject and then think that I'm gonna be like all good if I focus on the thing.
Yeah. I feel like that's the high cause of anxiety and depression.
Yes.
I feel like that's why. And I feel like I'm afraid ukuthi ukubhubha komhlaba ngeke kube something like a natural disaster. I feel like ukubhubha komhlaba ikona ukuthi life expectancy will just keep shortening.
There's a thing
ukuthi
there's a thing about cool. You know, you don't stop aging, but your mind and your heart stays young. Because if you go back in the recesses of your mind, grade 5 was yesterday.
Yeah.
You can still feel the cry on in your head.
You can. You can still the laughter and the shouting, everything. You can still feel
everything, all the emotions. Because every timeline is like a dimension away. That's why life is circular. It grows in spirals. Life is not linear like this. They tried to explain it as best as they could when you watch those movies, They explain the time continuum. It's similar to that in the way they explain it, but time is circular spirals. You could be living in a paradigm right now where you are at your age, but the young you who's 9 years old is also living in this very timeline. Yeah. They probably
the Fibonacci explains it, dog. It explains it. Yes. It just keeps circulating. Yes. It's all a cycle. Yeah, well, and if you're lucky enough, some things happen and you're like, this was
Deja
unexpected.
vu.
I think this has happened before.
I've had this experience before. I've had many experiences like those before, but those experiences for me happened mostly when I was fucked up high. I would get super stoned, drink liquor like there was no tomorrow, and I'd have deja vu. And like every time someone was gonna say something, I know exactly what they were gonna say. And every time they were gonna do something, I knew exactly what they were gonna do. And I'd be sitting there and be like, yo, bro, did this shit happen yesterday?
And speaking of that, I think once explained something to me. We didn't really dive too much into it, but it was very informative conversation. It was a really informative conversation. It was that you told me about.
Luciferian doctrine.
Luciferian doctrine, you know the
Yeah,
book.
I heard about that book.
Yeah, well, one day he's gonna
unpack it
better.
yeah,
But he explained something that made sense. I don't know if I can say explain it, my dog.
So basically, in order,
like my experiences, it's it's in the sense before.
Like when we die, we don't really die. Okay, when you die, you are reborn into another life.
Yeah.
With everything that you learned in your past life, you are born into this life. And everything that you used to do in your past life becomes a talent in this new life.
True.
And then you meet other people that you used to know before.
True.
In this lifetime.
Sure.
And you're like, damn, this person feels like I know them.
Yeah, they feel
yes,
familiar.
you do. You just don't remember. It's called the deja vu effect.
True.
Where you feel like you've been here, this has happened before, but you just don't remember when or where, or how. It's called the deja vu effect.
Yeah, that's why you find some people that are called old souls.
Yeah.
Because they knew from the get-go what they were here to do, and they do it so well, and their lives, they end at a really quick rate because of the fact that they achieve so much in that space of time. Because they know exactly what they were here to do. Many examples of that have been placed in front of us. But I won't mention names because I don't want to put people on blast. Like there's some people that still alive. They might get targeted as the new generation of. Like there's a thing I learned when I was growing. I read a book called I forget the name of this book, but Conversation with God. That book was a revelation to me. See, God made man in his image, so God could experience everything. So God could experience everything.
Yeah.
That's why there's every type of human being out here. Because God wanted to experience true love, wanted to experience hate, wanted to experience war.
Through all these people that he created.
People. Yeah, because he breathed one spirit on the first person on this earth, and he told the person to multiply. And all the people that came from that one seed are all God, because God was the only person who could breathe life into human, and human could be born and they could multiply into other humans.
So now, I'm thinking some dumb shit. Like, shooting man, there was a lot of fornication, dog.
Very dog, very. But in order for the good to happen, there must be some bad.
Yeah.
Well, you can't, like, nothing is ever truly clean.
Yeah, but now,
because the same food we eat, comes from the soil. And when I'm going to ngithatha inhlabathi manje imanzi ngihlabela esikipeni sakho with skipper sakho singcolile ngithi kodwa you're expecting to take the same fruit from the same tree that grew from the grass and the minerals in the grass and eat it and have nutrients in your body. But man ngihlaba ngenhlabathi ngifaka ama nutrients kodwa thina so there's good and bad in everything.
Yeah. Consent. Makes me think of any like I think I saw a post or a video on why do people go in the shower and just shower freely, but when it's raining outside, they run away.
They run away, yeah.
That's why no, it's consent.
It's consent, you can see it.
Yeah.
Because we are in shower with telling.
Yeah.
Because we are one the man job is puma, like temperature thunder when.
Yeah.
But you can't control the rain.
No, it goes back to Incavati, dog. It's minerals, fine. But I ain't giving you consent.
to dust up my shit, dog. Nutrients in this thread. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing?
Yes, there's a question that I always wanted to ask people, and now that I'm sitting with you, I'm like, it pops up in my head. As black people, okay, I'm not sure to black people because we are a very diverse race.
You know, 90% of the world is black, right?
Yeah. So ngizoti as Amazulu. Or okay, I'm not sure Amazulu. No, me tribe. Do you feel like it's important a language?
Hey, we cool language. Language balekile, bra.
So as Amazulu, do you believe that it's serious and we definitely need to make sure that our kids speak isiZulu? Ngisho ngayofunda eSt Mary, but isiZulu isazi.
100%.
My Mxhosa isiXhosa isazi. Ngisho ngayofundisa eOxford, but isiXhosa isazi.
100%. The reason why I get 100%, I'm sure we had some people with
Yeah.
Angelechali uyamaza.
Hlezi khona isiXhosa ujali on interviews.
He's played in
Belgium.
He's played all over the world against the best players. He pretty much does know how to speak English.
Yeah.
Because we are someone before school. But 90% of the time when he's doing interviews, speaking is close. Mampich, not a great example, Mampich knows how to speak proper English. Just fakes it for the camera. He used to fake it for the camera, God rest his soul, R.I.P. Yeah. But he used to fake it for the camera. I mean, Mampich Abrahi was able to do a fucking collaboration with Kendrick Lamar. How the fuck do you think they had those conversations if he didn't know how to speak English?
Yeah. But now what's the significance? That unique significance of the language, because I've heard a person saying Sazuba, but he was saying we take tools and treat them as culture.
True, very true. It's not as simple. In South Africa, our core diet was maize meal, wheat, nenyama, natural vegetables akhulele in our indigenous soil. Kwafika ama-nations aplanta ama-crops ahlukile, sa-adopta wona, sashiya wethu ngoba wona ayemila at a rapid rate. Sakhohlwa ama-significances awo indigenous plants lawa esasinikwe wona. Like for example, kunemfino ekuthiwa imbuya.
Yeah.
Othi uma uyibona imile egcekeni uyigenge cause uthi but at its core mingakomili yazi yaba yihlahla, if izomila nje ibisinandi njengotshani, you could have a meal that would enrich the family in nutrients that they can't buy from a pharmacy or the shop.
Yeah.
They call it peasant food. Because ukudla kwakudliwa uma kuthiwa kuntwepho ngempela kulalikathi eziko. Imbuya ngothi.
Anikho imbuya sithi.
Imbuya ngothi. Because iketela lezi. Because history yaloko kudla sayibuka as a peasant food because sasingasafuni ukudla lokumile egcekeni, sasifuna ukudla lokuthengwa esitolo. The moment umlungu esiphuca umhlaba esibeke emadolobheni esisondeze izitolo, sithanda izitolo because sikhala ingoma masingena kuzona sakubi nama-radio.
Yeah.
That's why thina masithenga ama-radio sizama ukuthenga lama-radio amakhulu kunawo wonke. What's the significance of having a radio with 9 speakers in the house? I mean, unless you're a sound engineer,
Yeah.
I get that. What's the significance?
Mm.
You could have a nice small home theater system at 2.1 or 3.1 channel, and there'll be audio. You could. You know?
Yeah.
You could have like a really good sound then. But we want the most extravagant of extravagant things.
Yeah.
Because we're too broke inside than in our pockets.
Yeah.
We wanna buy these things to cover up our brokenness.
Yeah.
We're faking it to make it and making it to fake it.
And there's it, and I just want to pull you back again to this thing of this tribal identity. What's the significance of it? Because because one question that I ask myself, not that I'm saying we shouldn't adopt to English or to adopt on our native language. No, not that I'm saying either of, but no
significance in terms of ubani in the way you're dressed. I get that. There's no significance in terms of ubani in the way I'm dressed.
At least you're keeping the hair though.
Hey man, this is me, dog. This ain't going nowhere. God willing. But if I'm being honest, ulimi is more than identity. It's culture.
Now it goes back to that, Uguti. They say back in the day, isiZulu wasn't a culture.
No.
The language, the language isiZulu wasn't really a culture. It's a tool for us to communicate as AmaZulu. So now, so we didn't really need any language. We didn't need English because Sasa AmaZulu song. So we were communicating this isiZulu. It was a tool to communicate. It wasn't part of our culture. But I can say it is an easier way, or it is a bridge to connect to our ancestors. But however, again, now that we are a very diverse country, we have a lot of different people, a lot of different languages. Do you still think we should hold on to isiZulu as ours, or let's speak English? Because inganyami manje ngisho ngawufunda kephi mayisiya kwi-interviews ufike ikhuluma isingisi ngeke ikhulume lezi Zulu lezi.
Yeah, touche on that, but here's what my take. Ukhulele edladleni labantu abansundu. Wakhuliswa abantu abansundu. Bekhulisa ngolwimi
lezizulu
lwabantu abansundu. Asakhulumi ngetype. Sikhuluma ngolwimi lwabantu abansundu. Lolu lwimi labantu abansundu, it dates back hundreds, if not thousands, if not millennia.
Oh yeah.
If wena ukhuluma lolu limi lwabantu abansundu, uhaya inkondlo zabantu abansundu, uhaya izakazelo zakho ngolimi labantu abansundu, mucabanga okhokho bokhokho bakho abathokozi nabekho.
That's exactly why I said it's a bridge to communicate with your spiritual side of our ancestors.
And that's good.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Asibuyeleni back to ithuluzi. Umlungu yazi ulwimi lesingisi ukuthi bengenalo until 500 years ago.
Yeah.
Ulwimi lesingisi like ama languages awu-9 ahlukene. Exactly. There's Latin in there, there's Greek, there's Spanish, there's fucking every other language you can damn near think of except for the fucking English. Because the English people only came into prominence 500 years ago. And the only way they became prominent is because they would go into foreign lands and pull heists. Just like Mubuga. The fucking money heist. They would do that with the natural resources of the land. They would first kill the men, the strongest men, they would kill them, take the weak men, turn them into slaves. And after they've taken the weak men and turned them into slaves, they would take the women, rape and pillage.
Yeah.
We've seen it many times.
Many times, dog.
In history, in their dramas.
We saw it in Roots.
Yes, especially in Roots.
Yeah.
So, ukulahlekelwa ulimi lwakho is the last thing you should want to happen. Let's look at the American African. And you should African American.
Yeah.
Because there are African people living in America.
Yeah.
They were born in America, so they're American African. Just like the French African. The French African has lost all connection to their language. None of them, let's say 90% of them can't speak their native tongues. They speak French. Even in African countries like the DRC, those countries have become francophone countries because they speak French. They don't know their original languages. They are lucky in Nigeria, they still kept Yoruba. We're lucky in Africa, we've still got 35 native tongues. What the fuck do you think that means, bruh? That means we are enriched culturally.
Yeah.
And
they know that.
And that's why you tell and these things are cultural. They're not just tools, they are cultural. Because they have a direct connection to our ancestors and our forebears.
Yes. Because ngeke ushise impepho khona isingisi, dog.
Bro, abanga
dog. And Yazi, before you go further,
the family. I'd like to speak to my great grandfather. And then you say his name in Zulu, and then you continue, nah, bruh.
and do you feel like indlela esasiqoka ngayo, is it connected to our identity?
Well, let's be honest. We live in a very warm, cold environment. Bear in mind, Futi, most of us, we used to live in the hills. So, we used to wear leather. That is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
It was a sign of opulence. When the British came, they were wearing fabric. Fabric is cheaper than leather. You can pay for a pair of shoes that's made in leather more than you would pay for a fucking suit.
Yeah.
We used to wear things that were priced at the highest level of currency, living like humble paupers.
Yeah.
We used
in peace.
We used to use gold for cutlery, cups, spoons, plates, because we knew this metal never rusted.
Yeah.
So it would last for generations and generations. If you get married today, you'd get a golden dinner set. Amaplate egolide, ama-side plate egolide, yinkomishi, neyipuni, nezinto zakhe kuthiwa yikhali zokusika inyama bakufike endlini. That was African culture. That's how much wealth we had. And when they noticed these things, they built a degrading mindset in us, so we would let go of those things.
Yeah.
So that thina sizo-adopta izinto ey'thandwa yibona. That's why ngihlezi ngisho ngithi ulimi lwethu lubalulekile, brother. We can't lose that connection to who we are.
Yeah, dog. That's one thing.
Because one thing that's gonna happen,
so
lahlekelwa ngisho amagama akhe lawo esibizana ngawo.
Yeah.
Ngeke saba khona inkosi.
And yazi igama fethu igama libalulekile because yabo dala kwakuhlezi kushiwo kuthiwa noma phela ngangekho kudala because I'm old.
Kodwa phela we listen to stories
yes, basho ukuthi ingane imiyethiwe igama kwangingani ngokuthi ngithanda lephi but babesebenzisa abo law of attraction. I don't know babeyazi laphi law of attraction.
Come
but
on, bro. We came up with it.
Whatever they were speaking.
Yes.
They were trying to. Yes. So ingane mayibiza ngokuthi umpumelelo. Ukuthi njalo methi impumelelo. Ngesikhathi ithi baba oh yebo. Yeah, so njalo you speaking this thing ukuthi ayenzeka yabo. So now abantu I'm sure abasa lezo zinto bayiqambe ngani but abazi ukuthi qala it was for that reason. It had a very crucial significance
in
kumele ngane uyibize kanje ukuze lelo gama leyo il-adopte kuyona.
Also another reason why most of us is sakhula abazali bethu babengasiqambi bona babenikeza ogogo leyo duty ukuthi aqambe ingane noma umkhulu aqambe ingane because kuyaziwa ukuthi umuntu omdala useyibonile into eshodayo la ekhaya uzothi mayisho leyo nto agcwalise leso sikhali esivulile
kube le ngane lezokhula ivale leso sikhali.
That's exactly how it works.
Yo, hi. God, ngagcina a conversation that is so interesting, yo. We've went past our time, dog. I don't know what to and we haven't even touched anything about our music, dog.
Hey, bro.
Imagine.
Like, I believe, like, one thing I want you to understand is, I believe that as a band, we are people before we are artists.
Yeah, exactly.
We may live and breathe the art, but we're not like. Yeah, Gemini talk when it's a freestyle. Life also.
Yeah, but we're humans before we artists.
Exactly, you're human before you're artist. That's why some people, when they get to the stage whereby they're super popular and they are known everywhere in the world and everywhere they go, people ask them for selfies. Sometimes for them, they just need a vacation away from all the people that are going to be following them around with cameras. That's why abantu abanjengo Beyonce were having the time of their lives when they came here to South Africa. Bangayiswa edolobheni, bayiswa le bonande mafama.
Yeah.
Because no one recognized Beyonce and Zinyathi.
No one does.
No one. Even the ones who did recognize her, they were told, no, I'm jump. Relax. We shit and I told them, I get it in the inside.
Yeah.
Relax. I'm here and Beyonce. Why better than she's why you and it was
That's
what they wanted. There's not even media there.
I was shocked ngelila ngakwathiwa angazi noma kwathiwa khona i-celebrity la kwasho senihamba angazi noma Michael Jackson noma kwakuphalile someone big kwathiwa hayi kwathiwa kade lana kwathiwa hawu sehamba. I was like, if they can hide leyo nto leyo kushuthi bedinga ipeace.
I mean, Batista does it all the time. Dave Batista means in South Africa, he grows out a big fucking beard. Angayikundi impandla yakhe abikhe nhlanje. Efake isigqoko.
Abantu
bagqoke ingubo enkulu, anganakeki, ehambele eCape Town ehotele lapha abagugile. Akabathenga stolo bathenga emapareni. I'm serious. He'll buy the oldest Adidas he sees, put them on his feet, and walk in Cape Town and enjoy the sights. In
peace. Yeah, and you don't know.
He's got no security detail, nothing. You just want to walk in there to any restaurant, have a cup of coffee, and his scone, and go together. But he's actually got a fucking house in Cape Town. He spends about 6 months in the year in Cape Town every year.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? That person's seeking peace.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they are artists and they enjoy the craft, they love the arts. But there's good and a bad to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, about the song that you sent me, my dog. Yo,
yeah.
I love that song.
Bro.
It's just that right now, things are just hipping and happening. I'm up and down. Like I told you, I only have 1 day a week. And the 1 day I have to fit in everything. Yeah,
look, man.
But hey dog, I love it. Like I told Daniel to know, I love this song and I played it a couple times. Again, something like just to get the idea.
The feel,
yeah, and it's gonna be complete very soon, dog.
To be quite honest, I don't like putting pressure on people to get them to do things. I like to get people their space. Like me, Mina, I've taught myself, in order for the best thing to come out, it needs patience and time. In order for the best to come out of someone, they need patience and time. Sometimes you live in a world that's not so forgiving. But Mina, I've learned that good things take time. Things that are really magnificent and great They take time. There's a reason why it took this long for me to be in a space where I feel comfortable to show vulnerability in my art the way I make it. To show myself, make my art the way I make it. Because for the longest time, I was taking my time.
Yeah.
Working on my craft, perfecting my craft, making sure that when I deliver, it's something that's concise, something that's on par with the rest of the world. I don't even care if I get 2 views on YouTube. At least someone heard it.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
And at least you got it out.
That I have no regrets.
Definitely.
That's my aim. My aim is to make music that I will have no regrets about.
Yeah.
I doubt when I'm 50 I'll ever be the hottest rapper in the world. I doubt even if I'm 70 I'll be the hottest rapper alive. But the one thing I know, the few people who listen to my shit will be writing theses about it at university. Because there's no fucking way on this fucking planet Earth there's a nigga who's got timing like me, who's got my way of writing, who's got my cadence, and who has my personal wealth of experience. I'm the only me.
Yeah. And we have to appreciate that as it is.
Yeah.
And not try and compare it with anyone else or try to fix it or try
I'm
to
not in it
change
to
it.
get by anyone.
Because I feel like that's a mistake that most of us make. We always try to find something to fix and everything.
Yeah, I'm not in it to get by anyone. I'm not in it to beef with anyone. I'm not in it to like have the dopest bars in the world, even though I do. But I'm just in this shit to do it for the hell of it because I love it. It fucking gives me joy when I'm in that space doing what I love, and expressing myself, expressing the gift that keeps on giving that's within. I feel like I'm on top of the world. No amount of money could actually, the word I'm looking for is replace that feeling.
Yeah.
I'd love to have $1 million
Money can't buy
now.
freedom though.
Yeah, I'd love to have $1 million right now so I could get the fuck out of Dodge and go for a week. But I still wouldn't trade that experience for anything. The intimacy of being able to walk into a booth and pour your heart out and use it as a therapist that won't ask you stupid, annoying questions. That'll just receive what you're saying and let you voice it out in a way that makes you feel comfortable enough to be vulnerable. It's priceless.
It's
That's
definitely priceless, madam.
art.
You can't buy that. But you can't buy that.
You can't
feeling.
buy that, dog. You can't buy that. And that's particularly the reason why I'm happy for the way things turned out for me. If things didn't turn out the way they did for me right now, I'd probably be spiteful, I'd hate myself, I'd always be getting into arguments with people over stupid shit that means nothing. Because I did have a chance to sign to a big ass label. Not me directly, but an artist that I was working with and grooming at the time to be able to take over the scene, because that was our aim. Just get this money, dog. We're sending demos everywhere to everyone. The biggest guy at the time sent me an email saying, yo, I'm gonna be down in Durban for this amount of time. Hit me up, here's my number. I received the email. I lost my phone a week before that email was sent.
Shit.
So 2 weeks later, I buy a new phone. I get my emails, but this email doesn't pop up. No significance whatsoever. Nothing. Life just goes on. And then a year later, someone's sending me something. They tell me, no, bro, I definitely sent it to you. Check your spam folder. Right below the folder I'm looking for, below the message I'm looking for, is the reply from this guy.
Shit.
Saying, yo, we're trying to meet up with you. Come through. Let's get this work done. I'm trying to meet this nigga you're trying to put me on to. It's like, fuck.
How did I not see this?
No, see this. This could change our fucking lives. Could have easily made M's. But
maybe it was just not the
maybe
way
I dodged a bullet.
Maybe it wasn't the way Book my leg went to
Exactly. Maybe I dodged a bullet. I mean, it wasn't that only. Same nigga, this young kid. Very talented. Was producing, was rapping, was doing everything. We sent a few beats to a very famous artist at the time. This artist was flipping, killing the game, wanted to do an album at the time. We sent him a beat, responded within weeks, was like, no, I want something similar. He sent me another one. I told this kid, yo kid, there's another alley-oop, man, you could still swing this. But the kid's heart wasn't into it because, you know, we'd recently lost like the biggest opportunity that could have changed his life.
So he was down.
He was already like defeated. You know, one day maybe he'll pick up the sword and fight again, you know. But I can't be the one to tell him what to do and what not to do. I'm just trying to fight the good fight for myself at this point. With the people I have around me, people who think like me, people who know the way we're trying to maneuver and the objectives we have in trying to achieve the dream that we are trying to live.
Yo, my dog, thank you for the insightful thoughts and all the informative things you've told me about. I feel like that we could go on forever talking and talking.
Yeah, we could go on for days.
It was long overdue, dog. And we still need to do it again. I'm pretty sure you guys are interested in hearing more. But it's unfortunate that I have to say this wraps up today's episode because I was still enjoying it and I'm pretty sure you guys are enjoying it as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed it and loved it as much as I did because I enjoyed it very much and I'm looking forward to another one, dog.
Yeah, definitely.
Very soon for another one. But your
music.
Yeah. So if you wanna get in touch with the art that I make, my name is GCPMC, stands for God Sees Power Mastered Creatively, also known as Golden Child, Poet and Master of Ceremonies. I hail from Durban 031. I've got a mixtape that's out right now. It's called Cover to Cover. It's available on YouTube. I've also got an EP that's available on all digital streaming platforms. It's called HOD, also known as High on Dope, also known as Heavy on Drank or Head of the Department of Bars. My name is Beguye Semvuyane. I hail from Efolweni. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening, guys. And rate this episode out of 100, please. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share it to your friends. And stay tuned for more catch-ups with Gemini. I'm going to bring you someone else next week. And hopefully, he or she is as interesting and fun to listen to as GCPMC. Thank you for listening, guys. Shout out. Let's get it.